whether the drop or the dissolve happens or not has nothing to do with the activities of...
No, nothing, nothing. The person might become more relaxed and more content if it's doing certain activities over other activities, and people think that is them on the way to experiencing more peace. So if the person's taking loads of drugs and partying all the time and is not looking after themselves, then they're most likely going to be experiencing more chaos and more emotional fluxes than somebody that's eating, I don't know, vegan or something, and going to bed and sleeping 10 hours a night, but not necessarily, but they might have a more peaceful life, but that's still nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But the person that's experiencing a more peaceful life will think, if they're studying liberation, that they've become more liberated because they're only looking as liberation as a thing. Whereas it's no experiences. So what's left if this isn't an experience? If this isn't any form of experience, what's left? It's not any form, it's not an emotion, it's not a feeling, not a thought, not an idea, not a past event or a future event. Not a person, not words. Every thought about what is, every idea about what is, every feeling and every emotion is an experience in what is. It's not actually describing it. That is what is. It's not looking at what is. There can't be anything looking at what is. There is simply what is.
So the experience of what is filtered through a lie, kind of.
Yeah, through the lie of somebody. Somebody is looking at what is. Even in Advaita, people come to the conclusion, okay, consciousness is it. Consciousness of things, but that's also an illusion as well. There is simply things. There is simply what is. There is nothing conscious of what is. You could say everything is conscious, but there's not anything separate from the things. The objects are the seeing. The light is the seeing. The air is the seeing. There is simply what is happening, and there's nobody seeing it. There's nobody experiencing it. It's totally boundless and huge. And it's so obvious how the mistake happened in humans. As soon as humans began to speak, they began to be able to describe time. And with the ability to describe time, they believed that who they actually were was something moving in time. Whereas prior to the ability to be able to speak, there was only ever what was happening. So this idea of time and the person exist together, and they're both imagination. And there's nothing wrong with speaking about what the body did and didn't do, but that's not who's experiencing this. It's another experience in this. A divine experience, a beautiful, all the different seemingly unique bodies, like all the different unique trees and birds. But that is not the experience of the body, the somebody. Everything is the experiencer, or nothing. And it's not separate from the things, it's not experiencing the things. The experience is the things.
So at some point, or at a point, all experience for somebody could be for nobody. Is that right?
Always, that's always the way it's happening. Even though there's somebody appearing, feeling like they're experiencing, it's never happening for someone. You're always enlightened. There's always total enlightenment. But the person believes that it's an activity enlightenment, so it looks for something. Whereas there's this big, huge nothingness, which is everything. So who hears the sound of my voice now?
The hearing hears.
But the hearing isn't separate from the sound, they're one and the same thing. So there's nothing that's actually experiencing this, there's only ever what is happening. Your hearing doesn't start inside the head or at the edge of Lisa's sound. In the actual experience, there's simply sound happening.